Working away from home, it's never fun, right? But let's talk about in deep dive, like all the aspects that can be a part of that and how it affects not only the person working away from home, but also the family. Um, there's many various titles that take jobs from being at home where you're working in 8 to 5, you're coming home and you're spending time with your friends, your family, enjoying your house, your amenities, your shower, your bed. But what about those that can't? What about those that go out every day and spend days upon days away from all of those natural aspects? Let's think about the military men and women. Let's talk about the truck drivers. Let's talk about salesmen or oil field workers or electricians that travel for catastrophe. Um, all the other various jobs that require one to leave their home to go for sometimes a night, sometimes 2 nights, a week, a month, a year, years. Let's talk about the aspects of that. Let's talk about the mental health aspects of that because that is something that I can say I have experience with on both ends, like you'll see later down and possibly in a different video at some point that we have William that's gone for sometimes a month, 6 weeks at a time, um, and then me. But whether the case may be, it's a true mental health concern. Let's talk about the loneliness one feels. Let's talk about the guilt that one feels. Let's talk about the fear that one feels. Let's talk about the fear that the others feel when they're sitting at home waiting for that next call, that next visit. There's so much to it. And I believe that it's something that we really don't think about in a day to day living of life. I'm very blessed to be able to stay at home. I work uh, 8 to whatever's, but I get to come home every day and I get to take a shower in my home and I get to cook a dinner in my home and I get to, enjoy the space of my house, the comfort of my home. The sad part of that is that I don't have him here every day. I don't have him here most of the time, but 4 days a month. And it's hard. It's hard. I watch, him go through spats of, feeling guilty. Like if I'm here and I'm like, I just mowed, and he's like, he feels guilty. Let's talk about the fact that I worry every day what it's going to look like. I have to worry about the next phone call, and he's just driving. I cannot even imagine somebody that has a loved one overseas or anywhere fighting for our military forces or working in our military field. The hard aspect that they go through. I just can't. I can't. I know that you would say none of these jobs compare, but they do. They do. There's been many a times that I can tell you that William's just having a bad day. Um, here he is going out and working and providing and doing all that he can to make sure that we are comfortable in our home, our space, that we have a life that we want to live. Um, People that are in the military are going out to do what their mission has told them to do, to complete any task before them because they want to serve and honor our country. And then you have the salesman, that probably didn't think that their life would turn out being away from their kids and their wife being at home taking care of all the needs or necessity. Same with oil fields. You're thinking, man, I just want to be an electrician and work for this electrician. I just want to be an oil field worker and I want to go, help make good money and provide for my home. Let's talk about the electricians. Here, these guys, you might work in Oklahoma, But if disaster strikes in freaking Florida, you're going. And there's never any complaints from 95% of these people. There's never a word said like, "Oh, I don't wanna do it. I'm not gonna go," go. Because no, they all jump into action. They all jump into action. And it really is something that is more prevalent than you know. Now that I'm licensed, William and I have talked a lot about me working in a therapy company that deals with truck drivers just because that's what he hears a lot of. He didn't know that that was a true thing. He was very doubtful that there was a mental health. Well, I can't say doubtful. Like he knows there's a mental health aspect, but he didn't know that now in society we talk about it. So, he'll be listening to the XM or whatever, and they'll talk about support and therapy for truck drivers and where they can get the support they need. Um, and yes, these people choose to do these jobs. These people choose to go out and do this field of work, but it's because there is a why. The why is to provide and be able to take care of home, making monies that they can't make at home. Okay. If William could make the money that he could make here, he wouldn't be out there. He would be home every day. But that same opportunity isn't provided working here. Military men, that desire they have to support and to, give all for our country, to give us all that we needed in our freedoms, they can't get that from working a 9 to 5 convenience store job. So they make the sacrifices, they do that. Yes, some of them do it for educational purposes, very smart people, very smart people. But some of them truly enjoy that whole aspect of being in the military, being in a branch, being in the Air Force, being in the Army. Let's talk about electricians. They do their jobs all the time locally. But again, if disaster hits, they're gone. I can relate back to the tornado we had in Moore in 2013. And I know we had electricians there for weeks and months just trying to rebuild our city. And these same electricians had families back at home. And in any of these fields, in any field, any job, there's always a risk. But these guys are taking such a risk every day in, day out, and it's hard. Um, William and I were kind of talking about the other day, like he didn't, so he had been, I won't tell his whole story because again, I want to do a video with him. He didn't, when we got together, he didn't work away. He didn't work over the road. Um, but at some point that shifted. And I will tell you during COVID, he really enjoyed being able to deliver and provide goods to everybody when the whole world was shut down and we needed people crucially to be able to do that. He was out there doing that every day and he enjoyed that. Um, and he still enjoys his job. Don't get me wrong. He does not love the aspects of being away. And I won't go into how he feels a whole lot because I think it's going to be good for you guys to hear it from his aspect of what his thoughts and feelings are. But when I was talking to him about doing this video, I was like, it's going to be multiple videos. He's like, it doesn't need to be, but it does because it's not just oh, there's a mental health crisis around it. That's not all that there is. It's truly a mental health crisis. Yes. Not every day is bad. That's not what I'm saying. But every day that anybody that works from home is displaced from home, there is an aspect of, having to leave your family, having to be away from your loved ones. You have to depend on a phone to be able to communicate. And this is new age technology. Think about those that did it 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I mean, this wasn't always readily available. Um, let's talk about the just the overall impact of how When you sit by yourself or without the people that are there to support you day in, day out, let's talk about the loneliness. And we all know that loneliness can really create a big sort of depression. It can create the will to withdraw and to not care for ourselves and to feel worthless because you're not there. It can create so many things of feelings, emotions. It can be so lonely. I'm not with him every day. He's not with me every day. And though we talk, it's not the same. That is why when I talk about mental health, I tell you every time, get support, get the ones around you, the ones that you love to be near, to check in with you, to be a part of and to really engage with those people, because our people is who helps pull us generally from the bottom, right? Um there are a lot of mental health aspects of it. Also with that, you have to think about, some people do this, they don't have kids at home, and that might be what they enjoy. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the ones that are sitting there that might be listening to this right now and realizing, oh Lord, maybe I need to take a look at what's going on. Because again, what happens is that sometimes they don't even understand what's going on. Um, it's been one of those things where it's a love-hate relationship with his job. And again, you'll hear me speak more about truck driving because that's what I personally am affected by. But it takes nothing away from all the other professions that take you away from home. But I love his job in the aspect that there's been times that I haven't worked, and I truly only work because I love my job. Okay. And I didn't go to school for all that time. And I didn't take that damn test a few days ago for no reason, like, so I truly love my job. And the hindsight of that is, if I didn't work today, we would be provided for because that's what his job allows him to do. I hate it because, again, I can't tell you all that they're feeling, but I can tell you that it's hard. Every day, every mile he makes, I have to worry. Is somebody going to call me and say something's happened? Did he fall asleep at the wheel? Is he too tired? How is he feeling mentally? Like, is he getting enough interaction with others? Am I being available to him enough? And there's days that I can't do that. There's days that I work from, I could get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I get at work by 8:30 and I get home at 7:30. Um, and then I have all the house stuff because I have to do that. I have to make sure that our house is functioning 100% by myself. Okay. Like, a funny story just to kind of lighten the mood, but serious. The other day I walked out to go clean the car out because I need to get the trash out. Okay. I walked and turned the corner and there was a damn snake. There was a snake, y'all, at my house. So what did I do? I screamed, I cussed a lot, and I ran inside and shut the door. Yep, that's what I did, because that snake was slithering down our sidewalk and it was going to eat me. I just knew it was. I was fixing to be snake bait. If William would have been here, I would have had somebody go out there and probably deter it from going in our garage or kill it. I'm not going to get close to that to kill it. Okay. Um, it's truly the little things, taking out trash, doing dishes, like, everything falls on my plate here. It is my job as his person to make sure what happens in this home is taken care of. Whether I do it, whether I have to pay somebody to do it, no matter what, it's on me to make sure our house is functioning as it is, because he cannot. And that's That's hard, you know? When he comes home, I don't want him to have to worry about anything. I don't want him to have to worry about plumbing or yard or trash or anything. I don't want him to have to worry about that. I hate, I hate getting out of the shower, getting ready for bed, and knowing that he's not going to be there. It's hard. It is so hard. And it's difficult to express what I feel on a daily. You get used to some aspects of it, like the doing things, but emotionally it's hard. What if he's drove all night and he has to sleep during the day when I could be talking to him? There's nothing I can do about it because I need to give him that time to sleep. What if he's asleep and there's an emergency? It better be a damn good emergency for anybody to call him. And I made that very apparent to all my family. If I am dying, please call him. If I have a sniffle and I have an asthma attack, don't call him unless I'm dying, especially if he's sleeping, because it's important to me that he gets proper care for himself. And that's something that lacks a lot of out there on the road. Out there being away from family, you don't get the proper care. Yes, you're doing your daily, you're eating, you're showering, you're doing whatever, but it's not the same as if you were home. So I'm probably going to be doing probably this video, and we're going to do probably two more videos on this, because I think it's something that truly we need to think about in the mental health field. And I want you guys to know I am seeing you, I am thinking of you. And if there's anything that I can do to help you get through your job, your day, whatever, please reach out. There is many support and research sources available. Telehealth became huge during the pandemic, and it's something that's available to most people everywhere you're at. And I want people to know it's okay to utilize those resources, and that you're not alone. You're not alone in your journey. You're not alone with your feelings. And so we're just going to take a little bit and talk about it. So I want you to come back, watch the next few videos. So you're going to need to remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back. Bye, guys.